pressures of being a micro-stakes player are tough. Sometimes I can lose as much as $20 in a single session. That's a lot of pick and mix to lose in just a few hours. So, you may be wondering how I, co-winner of the Razor River Team Challenge, deals with the high octane pressure of poker. Well, it's simple folks, I chip riffle. Any self-respecting professional and student of the game should master this art, and usually it takes years of dedication. But, being the benevolent genius I am, I've decided to break the chip riffler's code and show you the art in a matter of minutes. Prepare to be amazed. Welcome to another Razor River Masterclass with VGJFelix. It takes immense courage, skill and determination to riffle chips, so don't be alarmed if mere mortals like yourself fall at the first hurdle. There's nothing wrong with abject failure, unless you want to achieve in life. Since you are simpletons, I suggest you kick off with just 4 chips, as demonstrated here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. There you are. Once you have the 4 chips, stack them together so you can at least enjoy the experience of having a big stack. Then take 2 of the chips and place them next to each other. The key to riffling chips successfully, like me, is to apply equal pressure to both stacks and then use the middle finger to lift up those stacks so they come together in one stack. Application of pressure requires your thumb, your index finger, your ring finger and your little finger. Let's now look at how we need to hold the chips with our fingers. Let's take 1 chip. With this one, we need to use our index finger and our thumb. Place the index finger at around 2 o'clock on the chip face. Then, with your thumb, place it at around 4 o'clock on the chip face. It should look like this, if you're perfect. For the second chip stack, you'll need to use your ring finger and your little finger. With your ring finger, you need to place it at around 10 o'clock, and your little finger needs to be at around 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It should look something like this. Now that you've mastered the placement of your fingers, you need to practice pinching at the chips. Place all your fingers around the chips in the positions I have explained and pinch. Don't use your middle finger at this point. Simply apply pressure to both sides so the chips do this, they bend. That means you're putting equal weight against both sides of the stack. Once you have completed that action, you're ready to start using your middle finger. If the pressure is equal on both sides, you'll simply need to bend your middle finger in order to lift up the chip stacks and make them push together like so. Now let's put into practice what I have taught you. Simply put your fingers in the correct positions on the chips, move your middle finger towards the middle of the 2 stacks and lift up. If the pressure is equal, the chips will force themselves into one stack as they pile on top of each other. As you can see, with my mastery, I can chip riffle with consummate ease. Of course for you, it may take months, no, maybe years to master this technique, but once you have successfully managed to riffle 2 chips, try adding another chip onto each stack, which will give you a 3-stack chip. Again, practice applying pressure to both stacks and then begin riffling with your middle finger. Not only is chip riffling a very therapeutic and addictive action, it can improve your performance no end and add suave and sophistication to your play, even in online poker. I, for example, when I won the team challenge for Razor River, mentioned in the chat box that I could chip riffle. They were literally running scared. Once you've completed a riffling with 3 chips, try adding another chip to your stack and maybe change the colour of your chips so you can watch the pattern of the chips go together. If you're successfully doing it correctly, the chip stacks will eventually come back in the same colour after a number of riffles, as I'm demonstrating here in my mastery of the ability to riffle chips. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson from me, as I've taken some precious time out of my poker playing to give you this information. I must have at least surrendered 4 or 5% of my return on investment to give you this information, so I do expect you to reply with some very positive comments. As you can see now, I'm riffling with 6 chips in each stack, and as you can see, I'm performing this action perfectly because I am, quite simply, the best poker player on the face of the planet. Look at me. I'm tremendous. I'm brilliant. I cannot be beaten. Please, heads up for rolls, you and me, right now. Oh, for crying out loud! Bloody hell, why did I do that stupid package of fucking... And remember folks, you can be just like me if you go to www.razorriver.com.